What if Yuji was reborn with all his memories? Could he save Gojo? Could he defeat Sukuna? And could he finally save the friends he lost? Because this time, Yuji remembers everything. Yuji wakes up as a kid. At first, he's confused. He even wonders if he's dead. But then the truth hits him. He's been reborn. He doesn't know how it happened. And right now, he doesn't care. He's grateful. And he makes one promise. This time, he saves everyone. Yuji knows exactly how the future unfolds. So he starts training immediately. No hesitation. No wasted time. Even as a child, he pushes his body to its limits. He studies cursed energy obsessively. Techniques that once took years to unlock come early. Black Flash and Divergent Fist. This time, he's ready. And because he knows what's coming, he doesn't waste a single moment with his grandfather. Every conversation matters. Every quiet moment counts. For a while, life follows the same path as before, almost perfectly, until the day he meets Megumi, just like in the original timeline. Gojo sends Megumi on a mission to recover one of Sukuna's fingers. Megumi heads to Yuji's school, but this time, Yuji finds him first, much earlier than he should. Megumi is stunned. He immediately asks how Yuji tracked him down so fast. Yuji just laughs and refuses to explain. Yuji offers to help him track down Sukuna's fingers. That immediately raises suspicion. Megumi doesn't trust him, but he accepts the help anyway. Thanks to his memories, Yuji finds the finger almost instantly. No searching, no delay. The cursed spirit guarding it doesn't stand a chance. Yuji defeats it with ease, and this time, he doesn't need to consume Sukuna's finger to do it. That alone is shocking. Megumi is left stunned by Yuji's strength, which raises an obvious question. Does Yuji still consume the finger? The answer is yes. Yuji knows exactly how dangerous Sukuna becomes in the future, and he knows there's a risk someone else might end up swallowing the fingers instead. So he makes a choice. He consumes the finger himself, not for power, but for control. Because in this timeline, Yuji is far stronger, strong enough to keep Sukuna in check. It barely takes any effort. Megumi is shocked again, and just like before, he scolds Yuji for being reckless. Mid-lecture, Gojo suddenly appears. The moment Yuji sees Gojo, he freezes, and then he breaks. He bursts into tears. His sensei is alive, happy, healthy, standing right in front of him. The relief hits so hard he can barely breathe. Through the tears, he makes a promise. This time, no matter the cost, he saves Gojo. Gojo tilts his head, curious, slightly amused. The reaction is intense, but just like before, he decides to test Yuji's control over Sukuna. He tells him to switch. The fight unfolds almost exactly as it once did. Gojo overwhelms Sukuna effortlessly. From there, the timeline stabilizes. Yuji's grandfather passes away. Soon after, he enrolls at Jujutsu High. He reunites with Megumi, and finally meets Nobara Kugisaki. The trio forms again. When Gojo brings them to the haunted building for their first test, Yuji is ready. The moment they step inside, he senses the cursed spirit immediately. No hesitation, he tracks it down, eliminates it, and rescues the kidnapped child all before Megumi and Nobara can process what's happening. Silence hangs in the air. Gojo, meanwhile, is impressed. Fast forward to the fearsome womb arc. This is where things begin to change. Yuji remembers everything, so he makes a different choice. He leaves Nobara and Megumi behind, and finds the finger bearer far earlier than before. The moment he sees it, he attacks. The fight is brutal, but this time, Yuji is ready. His training shows, his experience shows. He keeps up effortlessly, and within seconds, Black Flash, then another, and another. The finger bearer collapses, defeated. Yuji claims one of Sukuna's fingers. Because the curse is eliminated so early, Megumi and Nobara avoid serious injury. More importantly, Sukuna is never released, which means Malevolent Shrine never manifests in this timeline. And since Yuji is not critically wounded, the confrontation with Megumi never happens. The moment where Sukuna tears out his heart never occurs. And without that moment, the binding vow does not exist. Not yet. From here, events follow their original course. Gojo defeats Jogo. Jogo escapes. The timeline holds. For now. Moving on. This time, Yuji finds Junpei much earlier. He doesn't wait. He doesn't hesitate. He befriends Junpei immediately. Mahito never gets the chance to reach him first. From there, Yuji begins tracking Mahito alongside Nanami. Just like before, Nanami tells him to stay back. He doesn't want Yuji involved. He plans to confront Mahito alone, but Yuji refuses. They track Mahito to his lair. The moment he reveals himself, they attack. Yuji knows exactly what Mahito will become, so he makes a decision. It ends here. And this time, Yuji is stronger than before. The difference is obvious immediately. The first black flash lands, then another follows. Within moments, Mahito is on the defensive. Even Nanami is caught off guard. But their teamwork is flawless. Yuji's black flashes. Nanami follows with his ratio technique. Mahito is overwhelmed. And finally, he falls. For good. With Mahito gone, the future shifts dramatically. Junpei survives. He later enrolls at Jujutsu High. Nanami lives. Nobara too. And Mekamaru? He never becomes a mole. His body remains fragile, but he survives as well. At this point in the story, Sukuna begins to grow suspicious. He still has access to Yuji's memories, and those memories are different now, because Yuji was reborn, which means Sukuna can now see the timeline. He remembers the moment he was defeated. He watches Gojo fall. He sees Megumi's possession again, the Shinjuku bloodbath, and finally, his final loss. For the first time in a long while, Sukuna is unsettled. He mocks Yuji, demands an explanation, but Yuji ignores him. At first, Sukuna assumes it must be some kind of trick, but something keeps bothering him. Yuji keeps getting stronger. Events begin to change. And that's when Sukuna realizes the truth. Yuji has actually been reborn. The idea doesn't make sense to him, so instead of acting immediately, Sukuna waits. He retreats into the background, watching, waiting for the right moment to strike. Fast forward to the Kyoto Goodwill event. Yuji befriends Todo, just like before, and the two bond almost immediately. Their taste in women is identical. Most events play out the same way, until Hanami appears. This time, both Todo and Yuji step in to fight. The battle is intense. Yuji has mastered Black Flash. Todo has Boogie Woogie. Together they overwhelm the cursed spirit, easily. As the fight continues, Yuji lands the decisive blow. Divergent Fist, combined with Black Flash. The impact destroys Hanami instantly. Even Todo struggles to contain his excitement. He can already tell Yuji is something special. From this point on, Yuji continues his training. As he trains, something new begins to surface. Fragments of Sukuna's abilities, cleave and dismantle. Not long after, Yuji is sent on a mission with Nobara and Megumi. A series of strange deaths has been reported, victims found in their own doorways, all connected to a hidden curse. Yuji quickly tracks the source, the cursed womb siblings, Eso and Kachizu. This time, he finds them much earlier. Stronger than before, Yuji overwhelms them, but instead of killing them immediately, he tries to reason with them. The brothers refuse, and just like before, they take hostages. Seeing no other option, Yuji apologizes to both of them. Then, he ends the fight before Nobara even arrives. Afterward, he consumes another of Sukuna's fingers. Just like before. News of their deaths spreads quickly. Choso hears about it. Kenjaku does too. 3 of his most valuable curses are gone. Mahito, Hanami, and the cursed womb brothers. That's when he begins to worry. Something isn't adding up. Yuji has already consumed multiple fingers, yet Sukuna still hasn't taken control, so he decides to act. If he wants answers, he'll have to deal with Yuji himself. His plan begins during the Shibuya incident, and this time, Yuji is one of the targets. Before we continue, quick shout out to Suya for subscribing. If you want to be next, subscribe and comment "I subbed." Alright, back to the story. At Jujutsu High, things seem calm, for Yuji at least. He keeps training, preparing for what he knows is coming, the Shibuya incident. When the night finally arrives, Yuji goes straight to Gojo. He warns him. There is a chance he could be sealed, and he might meet someone wearing the face of Geto. Gojo is surprised that Yuji knows this, but he listens. Yuji already has a plan, a simple one: defeat as many curses as possible, then reach Gojo before Kenjaku can trap him. But very quickly, Yuji realizes something. The plan won't work. Kenjaku isn't just targeting Gojo, he's targeting Yuji too. Seeing how strong Yuji has become, more enemies are sent after him. Choso, Dagon, and Jogo. The battle is brutal. Even in this timeline, fighting 3 disaster-level curses at once is too much. They overwhelm him, and Yuji is knocked unconscious. During the fight, something strange still happens. Choso sees memories that don't belong to him, memories of Yuji as his brother, the same confusion as before. Then the moment arrives. As Yuji lies defeated, Jogo makes his move. He forces 10 of Sukuna's fingers down Yuji's throat, just like the original timeline. While all of this unfolds, something else is happening. Deep within Yuji's subconscious, Sukuna appears. He offers a binding vow, a simple wager. If Sukuna wins their battle of souls, he takes full control. He defeats everyone, on his own terms. But if Yuji wins, the terms change. Sukuna must lend his power willingly, and Yuji stays in control. Based on the memories he's seen, Sukuna is confident. He believes the outcome will repeat itself, just like before. But this time is different. Yuji is stronger, and in the battle for his soul, Sukuna loses. He is forced to honor the vow. Yuji remains unconscious in the real world. But the battle isn't over yet. Bound by their agreement, Sukuna takes control. Not freely, not completely. He fights in Yuji's place, but he cannot harm civilians, and he cannot harm Yuji's friends. First, he confronts Jogo, then Dagon. Both fall. After that, Mahoraga. This time, his domain expansion is contained. No wide destruction, no civilian casualties. Mahoraga is eliminated quickly. Meanwhile, above the chaos, another change unfolds. Because Yuji warned him earlier, Gojo is prepared. When he faces Kenjaku, there is no hesitation, no shock, no ceiling. Gojo attacks immediately, hollow red. Kenjaku is blasted away, and just like that, the future shifts. Without Kenjaku, without the disaster curses, the culling game never begins. Gojo never fights Sukuna, and those who once fell, Nobara, Nanami, they remain alive. A few years later, the last of Sukuna's fingers are finally found. Gojo, Yuta, and Yuji track down every single one. Because Yuji is a perfect cage, he consumes all 20 fingers and keeps complete control. In this timeline, Sukuna never returns. The Jujutsu higher-ups are still wary of Yuji, but with Gojo's influence, they reach a compromise. Yuji remains under permanent supervision at Jujutsu High, and for the first time in years, life becomes peaceful. Megumi eventually becomes the head of the Zenin clan, and under his leadership, the clan begins to change. Nanami retires, and finally enjoys the quiet life he always wanted, on a beach in Malaysia. Gojo begins reforming the corrupt Jujutsu world, training a new generation of stronger sorcerers, and the rest of their friends? They survive, they grow, and they finally find their own happiness. But there's one thing we didn't talk about: Yuji's other forms. Some of them are even more terrifying, and if you want to see what they look like, I break them down in this video right here.